In the history of celebrity court trials, these are the most bizarre instances ever. In order to compile this list, we will be analyzing court cases that included notable persons and were considered to be extremely controversial, either due to the nature of the case itself or the stunning revelations that were disclosed. Let's watch the list, but first make sure you have subscribed to our channel. Number 5. Harvey Weinstein sparks #MeToo. A total of more than 80 women made charges of inappropriate behavior against producer Harvey Weinstein throughout the course of that month. These allegations were the impetus for both the #MeToo movement and the wider Weinstein effect. The subsequent trial in 2020 was a peculiar affair. When Weinstein appeared in court, he was using a walker and complained about terrible back pain. However, some people believe that he was trying to garner sympathy by giving the impression that he was elderly and fragile. In addition, the jury deliberated for a total of 5 days, which caused a great deal of anxiety among the general population. They returned with 2 criminal charges, and Weinstein was given a sentence of 23 years in jail for his guilty pleas. Number 4. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were so popular in the spring of 2022 that it was impossible to go anywhere without hearing about them. Heard has leveled allegations of mistreatment against Depp during the course of their long-term relationship. In response to Heard's slanderous opinion piece that was published in the Washington Post, Depp filed a lawsuit to protect his reputation. In addition to this, he asserted that Heard was the one who employed violent behavior toward him, and not the other way around. The subsequent trial became a topic of discussion all over the country, with numerous excerpts from the livestream becoming viral on various social media platforms. These videos have been viewed millions of times and have inspired a great number of memes. As a demonstration of how social media has become an integral element of the dissemination of news and information in this day and age, the trial has been more akin to a circus than a court proceeding. Number 3. The Michael Jackson media circus. Following a number of years of speculation, Michael Jackson was ultimately brought before a judge in the case of the people of the state of California v. Michael Joe Jackson, which took place in 2005. Jackson is accused of committing multiple offenses that involve a juvenile. A media circus was created as a result of the trial, which lasted for a period of 4 months and resulted in a large number of news outlets portraying Jackson in a poor light. Indeed, journalists have voiced their disapproval of the media's response to the trial, describing their coverage as shameful and stating that it is false. The trial also saw the participation of a large number of well-known celebrities, such as Chris Tucker, Jay Leno, and Macaulay Culkin, all of whom defended Jackson. As a result of the investigation, Jackson was found to be innocent and exonerated of all accusations. Number 2. Bill Cosby ruins a stellar reputation. 2017 and 2018, over the course of several decades, Bill Cosby was considered a national icon. All of that changed around the year 2014, when comedian Hannibal Buress made a reference to the fact that he was extremely hazardous and dangerous while performing on stage. Dozens of women came forward with allegations that Bill Cosby had assaulted them in some manner, which ultimately resulted in a judicial battle where Andrea Constand was involved. Cosby was shielded from any potential legal ramifications, since the most of the claims, with the exception of Constand's, could not be brought inside the statute of limitations. There was a significant amount of coverage in the media regarding the trial that took place when the deposition that was taken in 2005 in the case of Andrea Constand v. William H. Cosby, Jr. was unearthed. Cosby's reputation was irreparably damaged from the mistrial that occurred in 2017 and the subsequent trial that took place in 2018. A sentence of 3 to 10 years in jail was handed down to him after he was found guilty on 3 charges at trial. On the other hand, this decision was reversed in June of 2021 due to allegations that Bill Cosby's constitutional rights had been violated. After spending fewer than 3 years in prison, he was finally released. Number 1. O.J. Simpson generates the trial of the century. Year 1994. O.J. Simpson's trial is without a doubt the most dramatic celebrity trial in the history of the world. There is simply no way to dispute this fact. Simpson was widely recognized as a remarkable football player prior to the trial. He had spent a significant amount of time playing for the Buffalo Bills. In the aftermath, he was only recognized for the trial, which was so massive in terms of its significance to popular culture. During that time period, this trial was widely publicized and received a great deal of coverage in the media. Every single person in the country turned in to watch it as if it were an episode of Game of Thrones. It was full of legendary twists and turns, scenes that will live on in infamy, and possibly the most controversial outcome in the history of the court in recent times. Never before has there been a public trial that was quite like this one. Here are 3 more as a bonus. Anna Nicole Smith fights for her husband's estate. Anna Nicole Smith was a very well-known Playboy model who later tied the knot with J. Howard Marshall, a magnate in the oil industry. When Smith was 26 years old and Marshall was 89 years old, they tied the knot. Smith received a lot of negative attention from the media and was frequently referred to as a gold digger. Because Marshall passed away so soon after the marriage, it only lasted for 13 months. She stated that Marshall had promised her that he would give her his substantial part in Koch Industries, despite the fact that Smith was left out of his will on his own accord, as a result of Smith's filing for bankruptcy. The subsequent court dispute over the prospective inheritance that Smith could get became extremely complicated. The bankruptcy court attempted to become involved. Aside from that, it was a fairly lengthy document that was eventually brought before the Supreme Court. Sadly, Smith passed away as a result of an overdose caused by a prescription medication before the matter could be resolved. Gwyneth Paltrow falsely advertises. It is possible that Gwyneth Paltrow is a talented actor. Yet, her reputation has been substantially tarnished by the website Goop. Her famed lifestyle company advertised a variety of products, such as quartz vaginal eggs, which were purported to improve the sexual and mental wellness of women. Quite a few individuals were not willing to accept it, asserting that the products were nothing more than snake oil. In point of fact, Paltrow and her company were brought to court since the critiques became so severe by that point. In the complaint, it was asserted that the medical claims made by Goop were unfounded and misleading from a scientific standpoint. In addition, it is suggested that the promotion of the product's purported medicinal advantages is a form of deceptive advertising. Due to the fact that the prosecution prevailed in the case, Goop was forced to pay damages of over $150,000. Jussie Smollett fakes a hate crime. Jussie Smollett, who is a star on the 2019 season of Empire, surprised the world in January of 2019. Smollett asserted that he was the target of a hate crime committed by 2 individuals who advocated for Donald Trump while wearing masks. On the other hand, his story was immediately exposed to shortcomings, and the reality was brought to light. A sham attack had been staged by Smollett, who had bribed 2 individuals to assist him in staging the attack. He was subjected to severe criticism, and in April of the same year, the city of Chicago filed a lawsuit against him. Their goal was to get back the sum of $130,000 that they had spent investigating his fictitious crime. The initial accusations against Smollett were withdrawn, and a second trial began in November of 2021. The trial did not run very long, and Smollett was found guilty of disorderly conduct as a result of his fake police reports. He was given a term of nearly 2 years of probation, in addition to a sentence of 150 days in jail. Which celebrity's court case did you find the most crazy? Let us know in the comments section below. Also click that like and subscribe button and press the bell icon for latest updates. Thanks for watching.